Jefferson County maintenance budget has reached the end of the road. I'm Robert Carter, back after a couple of weeks out of town, and this is NJNtv. The decision came last month by the County Commission to end maintenance on county roads within the limits of cities and towns, and that's left mayors and councils scrambling to find a solution. More than 24 roads throughout the northern part of the county are affected, and most mayors say they simply can't take up the slack in the current economic situation. Kenny Clemens, the former Gardendale mayor who is now the executive director of the Jefferson County Mayors Association, says the money for road repairs is part of the state's gasoline tax and can't be used for anything but roads. His group is looking at possible legal action to overturn the commission's action. The cutback is part of massive cuts in all county services, which may include the laying off of 2/3 of the county workforce on August 1st if a solution is not found to the continuing budget crisis. An elderly Mount Olive woman was found unharmed on a dirt trail after she was reported missing late Wednesday night by her children. The woman, who was not identified, was found sleeping on the trail by sheriff's tracking dogs at about 6 a.m., according to a spokesman. The woman, who suffers from Alzheimer's disease, was taken to a hospital to be checked out. What sheriff's deputies called a rolling meth lab was found near Morris on Monday morning. A spokesman said that a deputy stopped a black Pontiac Grand Prix with no license tags on US 31. A 28-year-old Decatur woman was arrested after giving a false ID and name. They also found a recipe and equipment for making meth in the car, as well as evidence of marijuana use. Deputies also arrested a 29-year-old man from Fairview. Both were charged with unlawful possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia, among other charges. Bond was set at $700,000 each. Sports and weather in just a moment, but first, the NJN Community Calendar. It's a slow week for local sports, but down in Hoover, the circus has come to town. It's the annual SEC Media Days, where reporters gather to grill the conference's 12 head football coaches. Thursday was Nick Saban's turn, where he joked about how he'll be glad to be back on the field where he's in charge, as opposed to back home or on vacation where his wife Terry takes over. Saban also talked about the ongoing quarterback controversy, saying that every question about Greg McElroy comes back to the Tide's offensive line. Florida's Urban Meyer jokingly said that he was the one coach that did not vote for Tim Tebow in the preseason all-conference quarterback poll, something that every coach has been asked about so far this week. Speaking of Tebow, he got special treatment at Media Days with its own full press conference, something usually reserved just for the coaches. Auburn's Gene Chizik takes center stage on Friday. We'll have much more in Saturday's edition of the North Jefferson News. The Alabama Warriors are home to play the Panhandle Crusaders on Saturday afternoon. Kickoff has been moved up to 4 p.m. because of lighting problems at Warrior Field. The Warriors tied Memphis 16-all last week in Premier Football League action. In weather, the streak of 8 days with highs just in the 80s will end on Friday. A front settles in along I-85 that brings a couple of hot, dry days to us with highs around 91 degrees. Rain returns on Sunday and continues into Monday. Nighttime lows will be around 70. Coming up in Saturday's edition, Gardendale police are warning about a scam artist working our area who has already bilked one resident out of $1,500 for home improvement work that was never done. And the 2010 gubernatorial campaign has begun, with Republican candidate Dr. Robert Bentley of Tuscaloosa paying a visit. Find out his plans to fix the county's budget crisis. All that and more in Saturday's edition of the North Jefferson News. And that is NJNtv for Thursday, July 23rd. Just a reminder to check out our new Facebook page. Go to facebook.com, search for North Jefferson News, and sign up to become a fan. And there's our website at njeffersonnews.com, and you can also follow us on Twitter at NorthJeffNews. I'm Robert Carter, glad to be back home. So long.